everybody? Another episode. I'm excited to bring this to you. We got a very special guest here tonight, a Syracuse legend. That's what I'm gonna call him. Before I introduce this individual, bring him onto the podcast, I gotta let you look a little bit. I gotta let you know a little bit more about him. I gotta slow down because I get excited. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is a rapper, a producer, an engineer, and a founder, one of the founders of the Bridge Upstate, which is an upstate cipher. Excited to hear about that. This man also has over 157,000 streams on Spotify. He has a new album that's coming out for the G's that releases December 17th. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause. Syracuse own Zach G, everybody. Zach G.
What an intro, man.
I try, brother. I try. I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it as well.
Oh, no doubt, man. This is nice. So, man, so are you born and raised Syracuse?
Yeah, born and raised Syracuse. I'm from Pompey, New York. So that's
Pompey,
20
okay.
minutes south of Syracuse.
Okay.
In the middle of nowhere, country, cornfields across from me. And yeah, how do I end up here doing rap is a whole nother story. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a blessing,
Humble
though, man.
beginnings. Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
reaches everybody, man. Music can be universal. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Now, I usually ask people this question a little bit differently, especially when I have comedians on.
Yeah.
So now you're a musician. I would say, how would you say, what was your music origin story? What was that spark? What lit that spark that made you say, you know what, I'm gonna give this a try?
Yeah. So it all began, me and my buddy in like high school, or actually middle school. We were like,
Okay.
I was in my basement already kind of crafting things, just like playing around.
Yeah.
All right, so even before then, I had this like plastic microphone that was like
Okay.
from this Barbie karaoke set that my sister
Okay.
had, of all things, right?
Right.
And I saw there was like a microphone input in my like really old like desktop computer. It's like one of
Hmm.
those real big ones.
Yeah.
And I plugged it into that and it had Audacity on it, like this free audio recording software. And
Okay.
I started, throwing things in there, little instrumentals that I liked, and started recording raps and things like that by
Oh,
myself. And
okay.
then as I was doing that, brought my friend into my basement, kind of showed him what I was doing. He thought it was awesome. And so we
Okay.
started creating together. We started just, you know, it-
Yeah.
it's kind of like, it's a weird analogy, but it's kind of like going through puberty. It's like you
Okay.
don't ask, you don't, it just happens. You don't really
Right.
ask, but just like you're just like, what's going on in my body? Like that's kind of what
Right.
was that. Like we were just, I didn't like make the conscious decision to start rapping. It just was like all of a sudden I'm in my basement. I'm like, what's going on? Like I'm just,
Right.
so that's how you knew it kind of came natural. And it was like, this is what I want to do. This is kind of who I am
Yeah.
at the root. Fast forward, I go to broadcasting, college, things like that. It kind of takes me away
Mm.
from the focus of rap. I'm almost thinking like it's a pipe dream.
Okay.
But then social media, Rust. There's a lot of people that find their ways through their own independent grind, and I was
Right.
like, you know what? This isn't possible, or
Mhm.
isn't impossible. It is
Yeah.
actually possible.
Absolutely.
So let me, I graduated. I worked in radio for a couple years, and then slowly transitioned into being the actual artist. And here we are trying to build. And I know you're doing the same thing as Mike Terry, man. So
I appreciate it,
yeah,
man. It's always good to see people, let alone people in general, people in Syracuse making their own way, putting
for
in the
sure.
effort, man. Like I was looking at your page yesterday, so I get some photos and whatnot. I'm like, man, like I just taking notice of how hard you've been working and
Thank you.
stuff like that, posting videos, YouTube. I know you've been on some other podcasts. I've seen some pictures of that too, so
Yep.
that's awesome, man. Like as far as like college, I didn't go to college because
Hmm.
I found out comedy you don't have to go to college for it. So
I
I was
love
like,
that.
I'm good.
You don't need
But
that.
like, did you have any like fond memories of college?
I got good fond memories. I played rugby. I have memories of, me getting destroyed in that. And
Oh,
I had bad ankles. Oh,
okay,
you said good memories.
that's all
No, I mean like, those guys are crazy. We were always partying, drinking. There was just a lot of beer, a lot of booze involved.
okay.
I'm trying to think of like, you know,
That's all
it
good.
was definitely a different time. It was definitely a different
Okay.
time. I mean, I also stayed in a dorm room with these guys that love playing Super Smash Bros. And
Oh,
I
okay.
remember a lot of those tournaments and
Yeah.
just very, very different types of experiences. But honestly, I mean, it was cool. It was fun.
Mhm.
I think I'm having more fun outside of college, going after the dreams, man. But
That's what's up, man.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is I always try to ask people, I got like I don't think I need to say that, but I'll just say it. There's certain questions I like to ask people whenever I have mine because the answer I believe is always different. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
is there something that you're proud of that people don't know about Zach G?
Yeah, I'm proud of just like building my mind and being able to articulate myself in a certain manner.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, rap is just a facet of who I am. I'm proud that I've kind of like made myself well-rounded, in the
Yeah.
sense of like being a good dude. I think being a good dude goes underrated in a lot of
Right.
regards, man. Like so many people are like rappers, but shitty people. Can I swear
Okay.
on this?
Yeah, yeah, you good.
Okay, all
You
right.
get this C2C, baby. We can say whatever we
We can
want
say
now.
whatever we want.
Just
All right, all right. But yeah. So that's kind of my thing, man. Is I'm just proud of the fact that like I think I'm doing it for the right reasons.
yeah.
I'm going after something to inspire and motivate. I'm going after something because I feel it deep in my soul of like I got something to express here.
Mhm.
So I'm just proud of that. I'm just proud of who I'm becoming as a person. And at the root, it's like you can't.
Yeah.
That's what you're here on this earth for. You know what I
Yeah, it's
mean? Is to
purpose, brother.
yeah,
That's what's up, man.
yeah.
I'm reminded we met a couple times
We
and
did.
stuff like that.
Yep.
I think I saw you before. I know it was an open mic. I
Uh-huh.
forgot where it was. Club Studio
Studio
54.
54.
Yeah,
Yep. I
downtown.
was I was waiting for you to bring it
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
That
Classic.
was that was a cool it was a cool night. It was a dope night, man. I saw
Yeah.
you perform. You guys
Yep.
perform. I know they had like that little steam or whatever, the little mist. That people was taking photos. I was like,
100%.
shit looked awesome. It looked
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Shout out
yeah,
Stacy for putting those things on. And
absolutely.
those were my first open mics. So I
Oh,
think
okay.
maybe the first one I ever was at, you were
Mhm.
probably at.
Okay.
That's the craziest thing. You saw
Yeah.
the route because I had just graduated college. That was in 2018 when she was doing those, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're talking 5 years ago.
That's crazy,
And when
bro.
that was when I really started realizing like, I want to be an artist. And that's why I say almost 5 years ago is when I really started to put things into motion.
Yeah.
That was the root right there.
That's crazy,
You were
bro.
there at that moment of me like making that decision. Oh, if I want to be this, I got to perform in front of people.
Right.
Like it's a part of the game.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's why you saw me out there. You know
That's
what I
what's up.
mean?
'Cause I
Yeah.
remember posting, and we were friends on Facebook or Instagram before that, and I posted, and he was like, "Yo, I'm there." I was like, "All right, cool, man. I'll get to see him perform." And I remember it just, you seem to have confidence while you perform.
I
You know what I mean?
appreciate
That
that.
was something that I took away from that. But
You
also,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
some people don't know. I was an Uber driver. I
Yep.
remember I was an Uber driver one time,
That was
and
crazy.
it was a surprise. And then I just remember at some point, one of your friends he left his phone in the back car, and you guys are calling it for like probably like 30 minutes.
Oh my
And
gosh. I almost
I'm like,
forgot about that.
yeah, I'm like, what the hell? What's that sound?
Oh
I'm
my
like, I don't know.
gosh,
And
bro.
it kept going. I think I did like 2 or 3 rides. Now, like, I got out my car, I looked in the back, I'm like, oh shit, somebody's phone. And then it was ringing. I picked it up. And I answered, I think either you were on it or if it wasn't that, no, what it was, you hit me up on Instagram. You was like, hey, I think one of my friends left his phone in your car. So then I checked it,
Oh my
ended up bringing
gosh,
it
bro.
back to y'all, but
Isn't that crazy?
yeah, yeah,
How
no,
the
that's,
universe works sometimes, and now here we are on your podcast, man.
yeah. Nah, but
I love that.
I appreciate y'all not reporting me, man.
No, we gave you 5 stars, man.
Yeah,
It's like this guy brought our phone back. He could have just been like, all right, hey, I mean, how much is a phone worth nowadays? What, 500 to 1,000? Like,
nah, nah,
I don't know, man. You could
nah,
have
I
resold it. You know,
right,
you did it. You brought it back. That's
yeah,
my guy.
nah, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited to ask you because I seen you do something recently. I think it was probably last year. It was a New York cipher. I
Yes.
think New York City
Hmm.
rap
Hmm.
cipher. Tell me how did you find out about it and like what was your experience?
Yeah, so what happened was
The shit looked dope, by the way.
yeah, I
That's what I
appreciate
wanted to.
that. I appreciate that. So I actually moved down to Jersey City
Okay.
in 2020. So right, I was doing those open mics 2018, 2019, and I was working at a radio station called iHeartMedia in Syracuse.
Mhm.
At some point, my boy was like, "Hey, you want to move down to the city?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to see what's out there, opportunities in that sense. Like, I want to, get a
Right.
taste for what's out there." And when I was down there, lived in Jersey City, by the way, to be in New York City, but Jersey City is cheaper. So,
Right,
of
right,
course,
right.
I'm going to live in Jersey City. I don't have the money for New York City.
Yeah.
Uh, and I'm looking for things to do around there. I'm like, okay, who's doing things down here? I'm kind of on
Mhm.
social media, kind of perusing, and I see this guy, Steve Wells. He's Russ's videographer.
Okay.
And this might have been even before he was Russ's videographer. He was doing these ciphers,
Okay.
as well as doing a lot of music videos for a lot of these local independent artists in New York City.
Yeah.
And I saw him doing those things. I'm like, I like this guy. I like his brand. I like how he's doing his visuals and he's doing these ciphers. And I'm down there living. I'm like, I need to go out to one of these ciphers, right?
Yeah.
Long story short, I chickened out. I didn't
Oh,
go because I was like, I don't know if I'm ready, like whatever. And I was about to move back up home, so I didn't. So
okay.
I actually ended up moving back up home, and now I live up here now ever since I moved back from
Okay.
that. COVID brought me back home, basically.
Got you. Makes
And
sense.
but kept seeing his thing, and he was doing these ciphers consistently. I'm like, maybe like another year later, I saw and he was doing another one, and I'm like, okay, I'm not living in New York City, but like,
Mhm.
why don't I travel down there and get a taste of this? I feel like I'm ready now. I
Yeah,
missed
man.
this one. It doesn't mean I need to miss the next one. He's still doing them. They're getting bigger. Let me
Right.
take the opportunity and whatever. If I screw up, I screw up. Don't be a
Yeah.
a
Don't be.
bitch. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was it, man. That was it. I was like, I want to prove to myself something.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I went down there and proved it, man. And
That's what's up,
can't
man.
ever take can't take experience away from you. You know, they
Absolutely,
can take
man.
all this equipment, they can take your people away from you, but at the end of the day, they can't take the experience and the knowledge you have. You know,
Yeah.
so
The
that's why I
impact,
did it, man.
the impact that you leave, man, that'll last forever.
For real, for
So
real.
that was cool. I remember. I think you had made some videos. You was like going through the subway, going through the train station on the way there and stuff like that. I was
Yep.
like, all right, man, this
Yep.
just seemed dope, man.
Yeah, man. Trying to get all the content of everything that happened around it and then add it. And did it three
Yeah.
times now. I've been down there for three different ciphers.
Okay.
And then from there, studying, and I know we'll
Uh,
probably get to it, but then I started my own thing up here,
okay.
kind of, in homage to it because I thought it
Yeah.
was so beautiful, and I was like, upstate needs something, man. You know, so
Okay.
yeah,
That kind of go right into my next question. I was
yeah,
about to ask you about that. So yeah, that kind of answer. But how would you say? Because I mean, of course, you know more than I do. I know we got a comedy community. I imagine you got like a
yeah.
rap or hip hop community.
Mhm.
How would you describe the rap community in Syracuse? And then how would you describe it in upstate as a whole?
Yeah, I think the rap community in upstate as a whole is misunderstood. I think
Okay.
to a lot of like businesses, a lot of venues.
Mhm.
I think what I want to bring to it, that's why I do what I do for the Upstate Cipher, to
Yeah.
shine a positive light on it so people understand what it actually is rather than what their biases are.
Okay.
There's a lot of racism. There's a lot of things of
Sure.
like people see it in this light, so oh, whatever.
Mhm.
I'm trying to break boundaries for it in that sense. Our community, like as I'm sure you understand your community as well as like the comedian community compared to the hip hop community. It's like we're creatives at the end of the day,
Yeah.
and we're just trying to showcase our art and things like that, and just having a good time. And I mean, that's why this movement isn't in place. That's why I take I just take care and pride in what we have here in upstate.
Yeah, man.
You, me, all these people that do worthwhile stuff that like is important. The
Yeah.
arts are important, man, and
Oh, for
people
sure.
people don't care about it enough. So that's why I'm here. You're here doing these podcasts. These things are important, man. So
Nah, I
yeah,
appreciate that, man.
yeah,
I feel like Syracuse has a lot of, what do I say? I feel like there's a lot of hidden gems in Syracuse. Like
yes,
whether you go to little holes in the walls or something like that, or whether you go to like I could walk down the street and I could see like a vacant building. I'd be like, oh, you know what could go there? and then I'll just start brainstorming and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
I think it has like a lot of hidden potential
Yes,
in Syracuse.
I think so too. And I think it's just like uncovering a lot of that. And I think
Yeah,
you having those ideas are exactly it. And it's like, let's capitalize on those. That's what this
yeah,
is. That's what a bridge upstate is. That's, you know what I mean? We have to capitalize to show people, inspire other people to capitalize.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I just it really is, I think, one of those snowball effects. It's like inspiration just breeds more inspiration. Hate
yeah,
breeds more hate. Love breeds more love. So it's like,
yeah,
what do we want up here? You know what I
yeah.
mean? We want love, we want inspiration, we want motivation.
Mhm.
And it's like if the people, if the people that are like running the industry up here aren't doing enough, it's like,
Yeah,
what can I do then? Like
yeah,
I'm not gonna wait, for the powers that be up here to give me opportunities and venues that won't open their doors. It's like,
right,
well, screw y'all.
yeah. I'll
In the
say
most
it. Fuck them.
respectful
Fuck them.
in
No.
the most respectful sense.
Like
Fuck you.
Bernie Mac. Fuck them. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, but for real though, like and it's not every dude. There's a lot of opportunities too. Like there's a lot of opportunities as well,
Yeah.
but I think there's not enough. When I go down to the city and I see the culture they have so many things at their disposal. You can argue that there's also things that hold them back too.
Mhm.
But what can we do to embody the change, the things that can give people more opportunities, can create opportunities? And when you're creating opportunities for other people, I think the misconception is like, oh, they're going to win first. No, no, it's like it's creating opportunities for me. Now after I'm done with this, I'm going to Rochester. There's a show out there. I'm supporting them. That has nothing to do with my show. What am I
Okay.
going to do? I'm going to show love. I'm going to network. I'm
Yeah.
going to meet more people that'll be a part of something that I can give value to them, whether it's rap content, it's they're in a cipher, they get to rap in
Yeah.
it. I just think there's so much value that we can give to other people that in turn helps you. Giving actually gives back. That's like a thing
Right.
that I've been thinking about recently that just people don't realize. Like, yeah, so that's what I've been really on. The type of time I've
Yeah.
been on right now,
That's what's up, bro. It's
Yeah.
better to give than receive, man.
Mhm.
Um, would you, as far as the rap ciphers, would you say there's anything that you took away from those experiences that you think made you better?
Oh, dude, so much. So one thing I can talk about specifically is like punchlines. I
Okay.
think in a rap cipher, which is different than like a song. And in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
song you want punchlines too, but like in a rap cipher, it's very important to have like this one line like by itself
Mhm.
that just hits.
Okay.
And like having multiple of those that you can string along, because
Yeah.
then you'll have these people going, oh, at this one line,
Yeah,
because they're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that it's really taught me is like get more punchliney with it
Mhm.
because it's like that's the stuff that works in this context. So
Yeah.
and then I evolved to the studio, it's like okay, now I'm even better at punchlines when I want to hit a punchline. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And that's just such a real thing. I'm trying to think of like a specific example.
It's like you unlocked
Oh,
something to it.
here's one.
Yeah.
You're gonna love this. I need a Jamaican queen on my Rasta.
Okay,
Rastafarian
okay. Yeah.
Jamaican. Like, I don't
I
know,
got
like stuff like that. Like
you.
little things. And when you say that in context with things, everybody's like, oh, whoa. There's like a little
Yeah.
shock value with that.
Yeah.
I'm Middle Eastern, you know what I mean? So like,
Okay.
but I like that. I like a little shock value with it. I like a little like, oh shit. Oh,
Yeah. But
Rastafarian roster, like your roster of
yeah, it's a double meaning.
yeah,
Got
yeah,
some
yeah.
depth to it. I
Yeah,
like
but at the
that.
same time, it's like immediately you're like, oh,
Yeah.
because sometimes you be telling stories like Kendrick.
Mhm.
He'll tell a whole story, and that's great. But in the context of a cipher, it's harder to get like some of those deeper things across.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta
Mhm.
almost like just focus on the things that are like in the moment people are gonna get a little more while also being deep. It's a very, very tough line to toe because you don't want to be too punchline
Right, right, right.
or you're losing the meaning, but then you don't want to get so meaningful that you lose people in the moment and people aren't having those right in the moment, like, oh, because you want the
Yeah,
crowd
yeah.
to react. You want the crowd
Yeah,
to
yeah.
react. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
'Cause it seemed like I was watching it yesterday. It reminded me of like battle rapping. And I'm
Yep.
like, I remember somebody telling me, battle rapping can get like, it can get dangerous or whatever, or there's different
Yeah.
avenues with it. Like, have
Well,
you done battle rapping?
you know what's
No?
funny? Shout out Big Nate MG,
Yeah.
TY the Gift. He's been at some of those open mics that we've been at.
Okay.
They did a versus just 2 days ago. They
All
had,
right.
and they did a battle rap. But my thing was, what was beautiful about it is they did battle rap in the sense of like respecting each other and respecting each other's craft. It wasn't like I'm gonna eat
Okay,
them
that's
alive.
different.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
nah. I know you're nice. I know I'm nice. Let's let
yeah.
the people decide. You know
That's
what I mean?
dope.
And that's dope. That's where I think battle rap needs to evolve to, and you're seeing it happen naturally.
Yeah.
But that's also why, yeah, the battle rap can get a little like, okay, whatever. That's why I wanted what I focus on to be the cipher, because the
Mhm.
cipher has a little more camaraderie. As much as you're like, yeah,
Okay.
you get that competition, you get that little like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
rap type thing, but you also like with it get like everybody's here together. There's more of like a camaraderie in that sense. It's not like one person versus the other.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's like one person comes up raps. So we're still trying to keep that competition, the culture intact of hip hop, because it's hip hop. Come, like
yeah.
you gotta spit your bars. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right.
But at the same time, you know what I mean? It's also love, unification. You know why you're there.
Right.
To uplift yourself and the others around you.
Yeah.
I think that's where honestly the culture is moving towards.
Okay.
When if we can keep focusing on that, I think it's going to be in a good spot in the next couple of years. For
That's
real.
what's up, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, it's positive too, man. It's
Hmm.
positive. I imagine when you said you were you're making the beats initially and stuff like that, at some point, whether in between that point and you going to college, you probably had thoughts like, you know what? When I make my first album, it's gonna be like this. Or when I make my music videos, it's gonna be like this.
Hmm.
Now that you're here, would you say that making music videos are as fun as you thought they would be? Or would you say it's more work
Music videos
than you thought?
specifically
Yeah.
are soul sucking.
Okay.
I don't like music videos.
Yeah.
Like because of how much goes into them, and we
Mhm.
live in a content society that's like just eats it and it's on to the next thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like they're not going back to things a lot. They're just ready for the next thing so quickly. It's
Okay.
like to do a music video with all that production and spend days and days shooting it and then days and days editing it, when instead I could just set up my camera and like do a quick like rap, and then like
Mhm.
put words on screen that'll take a couple hours.
Okay.
Music videos feel like a lot of work.
Jeez.
I and,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I enjoy the process of them and I love what they look. But then I look at the engagement and I look at like how much time I had to put into that.
Mhm.
Like I had to put so much time into this music video. I could have been making the next song. I could have been whatever. So yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't know. I didn't know like back then, like you have these visions and stuff like that. So I think it's just like evolving the process for
Mhm.
me. But yeah, man, there's just a lot of work. I don't mean soul sucking and like,
No, it's all good.
but
Yeah.
I still enjoy making music videos.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, man, I just want the time to be able to do all the stuff, like get back in the studio,
Right.
do this thing, the interviews, the
Mhm.
shows, and all those things take time. Time is money.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to learn that too, to be patient with time.
it's tough.
Just allowing, whether it's life, whether it's, this podcasting, comedy, just you
Yeah,
know what, everything's gonna happen the way it's supposed to. I just try to play my position for the most part, man.
it's real.
Uh,
That's real.
always try to give I think he gave the audience a lot to chew on today. Always try to give people a little bit something, a little bit more back, a little bit of some wisdom, some gems.
That's
So
it.
I asked, is there like a gem that you've either been taught or that you learned from experience that you stand on,
Yes.
that you wouldn't mind passing
Oh,
on to
I
people?
love that. So the gem that I got is I've been working with this clothing brand locally called Go Global.
Okay.
This guy Nizy, he's been making clothes. He's been putting on events. We've
Okay.
had and we find a lot of like camaraderie in the sense of how hard we go for each of our things, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Separate industries and ways, but also creative, entrepreneurial, just as yours is. We all
Mhm.
kind of have that same understanding. And one thing he said to me in one of our conversations will always stick to me. He says, gem that he said, when you're chasing value, money chases you. You got to think of it like in a line, right? If you're chasing money, money's chasing value. So, like,
I like that.
if I'm chasing money, I'm always going to be poor. It's a mindset. It's like, I need money so bad.
Right.
If I chase value And if money's chasing value and I'm chasing value, now money's just like behind me trying to catch up to me. It's
Right.
like I don't need to worry about that. Money's gonna come, and you gotta be okay with like the long-term play of money in that sense of like
Mhm.
that's where I think the mindset of like law of attraction, not being in this lack mindset of like, whatever, and just understanding, nah, I'm focused on this thing that brings value to these people, and more people are going to get value out of it. Maybe I'm not. It's kind of like right now with the cipher. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
free, almost a free cipher. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like I'm not making any money off.
Right. You're not saying
60 artists rapped on it. Over 100 people popped out to the first event.
Oh, that's dope, man.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so it's like uh, I didn't make money off of that, but I can understand that if I stick with this for 2 to 3 years,
Yeah.
okay, maybe I can get sponsorship out of this. Oh, there's a lot of people here. Maybe there's a business that might want to put up a billboard or like when I release the video of it, say sponsored by this
Mhm.
because they understand that there's a lot of eyes looking at it. There's a lot of whatever.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't need to chase that. The bigger this gets, and if this gets really big, it's over, man. I'm chasing value.
Yeah.
Money's gonna come to me. Like
Yeah.
this, if this gets to a milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, it's like views, and I'm talking views.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty sure a milli, 2 milli, $3 million are gonna slowly
Right.
come my way. And again,
Yeah.
like it's you got to be okay with the sacrifice of time, though. Like
Yeah,
if
that's for
you know what
sure.
I mean, I can rant forever about this,
That's what's up,
you
bro.
know.
I love that,
But the
man.
sacrifice, and the other gem is sacrifice. Like I'm
Yeah.
living with my parents right now. I'm
Right.
not ashamed to say that. Like
Yeah, you should.
that's the only way that this is going to be able to work. To put all this time in,
Mhm.
people don't want to spend all that and sacrifice all that time that's not making them money in the beginning and take the sacrifice because they want to be, independent to an
Right.
extent. And I understand that,
Yeah.
but it's like I'll take that sacrifice. I'm like, yeah, I would love to have my own place right now. Like, holy shit, you know
Right.
what I mean? But
Right.
just understanding that fact, like, okay, I got to do this for right now, but I know what I'm setting up in 2 years from now.
Yeah.
So
Long-term
yeah,
plan, man.
yeah, chase value, sacrifice.
I love that, man.
Yeah,
That's freaking awesome. Um, I can literally keep going, but I know, I know we on a time schedule for our side too, as well as
for
yours,
sure,
man.
man, for sure.
And
I appreciate you.
no, for sure, I appreciate you, man, and genuinely coming on. You know, you're not getting paid for this, right? I'm just
No,
fucking with you. I'm-
no, that's not. You know what? Though? My gem is I chase value. This is value, man.
Absolutely, I'm
This is
fucking with you,
value.
bro. I'm fucking with you, man. I had to come up with something funny.
That's it, man.
Nah, man. All right. I gotta get better at outros. I appreciate, ladies and gentlemen, Zach G being here tonight.
Thank you for having me, man.
Um, we know you got your album coming out.
Yeah.
Please let people know what it's only on Spotify. Or is it more than
It's
let
on
people
all. It's
know?
going to be on all streaming platforms, and actually, it's going to be on December 29th.
29th.
December
Okay.
17th. Tomorrow is my album release party, which is a couple
Oh,
weeks before it actually drops, but it's like the first exclusive listen.
okay.
That'll be at Destiny USA. It'll probably already happen by the time this drops, but
Yeah.
um, yeah. So album December 29th for the G's side A. And then side B will come soon on a physical copy. I'm gonna release a double album
Oh,
CD.
nice. That's
So
old
yeah,
school. I like
that's
that.
the way you get side B. We'll be talking about that. That's actually I just gave them.
Okay.
They're not supposed to know. They know though.
Oh, they
They
can't
know.
hear.
They know. They only know if they're here though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah. You heard it here
it.
first. You
That's
heard it
it.
here first.
That's it. I don't
Yeah.
mind, man.
Now, where can people find you at? I know I got you on Instagram at
Yeah.
Zach G.
I am Zach G everywhere. IAMZAKG, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. It doesn't matter
Nice.
if you search that, you're gonna find me. All over. I got music content everywhere, man. And
Nice.
Upstate Cipher, Bridge Upstate. That's the Bridge Upstate, and we're
Yeah.
growing that. If you're an artist, if you're a singer, if you're whatever, like come to one of these events, network. Trying to bring creatives in general together. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's it, man.
Yeah, man. Um, Big shout out to Zach G. Shout out to the whole upstate New York family. Rap, comedy, poetry, fuck all magicians.
Dude, screw the magicians, man.
Yeah, fuck them. We don't need them. We can do without.
Yeah.
Uh, all right, yeah. I
Ram it
gotta
up,
let it
that
go.
bullshit.
I gotta let it go. The episode's over. I gotta let it go.
Let it
I
go.
can't
We're
hold
done,
this
dude. Let it
man.
go.
I can't let him. I can't hold him longer than I.
I'm having fun, bro. I don't care.
No, I appreciate it, man. Syracuse, yada yada yada. Zach G, Mike Terry. You already know what we're about to get into. This is C2C Indie Radio. C2C stands for what? City to city, county to county, coast to coast. Also, please don't forget, if you like this episode, go ahead and click that like button. Click it. Click it. Like you, click it. Click the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we post a new video. Also, possibly, most importantly, share this video to somebody who could
Boom.
use a laugh, somebody who could use some education, or somebody who could use some motivation. And give yourself a round of applause.
Can
You
I do
just
the
stepped
ad-libs?
outside the box. No,
The ad-libs cool?
Yeah, that's cool. That's
Can
cool.
I also give an outro quick?
Yeah, if you want. Fuck
Yo,
it.
man, C2C, coast to coast, city to city. You know what I mean? Like, that's the Bridge Upstate, man. The Bridge Upstate is connecting. That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
We're connecting people at C2C. That's what we do. No matter where you are, we're here.
yeah.
Don't forget it.
We out here, baby. Give yourself a round of applause,
Come
people.
on now.
You just stepped outside the box.
You better
Please.
share C2C.
Better.